Former FBI agent Rob D'Amico joins us now. Rob, the president says that the cartels are essentially terrorist organizations. Do you welcome that change in designation?
Oh, I absolutely do. I think it's been needed for a long time. And it's great that we're finally doing it, because I think they're one of the biggest threats to our nation. If you look as a terrorist organization, drugs have killed more people than any of the normal traditional terrorist groups out there. So the fact that we're finally doing it, and when you start looking at what the military can bring, I was on the FBI hostage rescue team, and I was embedded with JSOC and their tier units for a long time. And they really did a lot more than just what you traditionally see as like the pipe hitters, the Delta squadrons and stuff like that go out and hurt them. They have a whole backside that really looks at the gaps and vulnerabilities, and that's what you need to do with the cartels. They're more well-funded than a lot of nations. And what they bring to us on the side is they find our gaps and vulnerabilities, and we need to do the reverse. And the special mission units, JSOC, and all the other military can do that for them, like backups to the Border Patrol that we're getting fired on because they just don't have the gun, the manpower to do that, but also maybe some non-traditional operations down hitting the cartel's vulnerabilities in logistics and supplies. And that's what those units are really good at. When we went down and used the tactics on HRT, what we found is we jammed up the justice system. We put so many people in, it was working great, but there weren't enough prosecutors down there to even put them in the system. And then they're just sitting in our jails and we're paying for them.
JSOC, by the way, the acronym for Joint Special Operations Command. I want to read from part of President Trump's executive order about this whole issue. He writes, "The cartel's activities threaten the safety of the American people, the security of the United States, and the stability of the international order in the Western Hemisphere. Their activities, proximity to, and incursions into the physical territory of the United States pose an unacceptable national security risk to the United States." Now, Pete Hegseth, the new Secretary of Defense, was asked whether the U.S. would consider attacking the cartels on Mexican soil. He kind of seemed to say that is up to the president. But do you see that as being necessary?
I think it has to be on the table. I think especially when they don't know what could be coming next. And when you start looking at how we really got into ISIS and Al-Qaeda with some of these gray, black area ops that we got some of them to kill each other. We get into their, they communicate on encrypted apps. I'm working with a software company now that captures these encrypted apps that can really lay out networks. I'm actually going up to DC next week to talk to some people about it, because it's former British SAS folks, former Intel folks, former FBI, because we see that those apps were used in the assassination of Trump, or the attempted one, and they weren't able to be captured. So if we know the cartel's dealing in this and that's how they're communicating, why aren't we going after it? So again, when you bring the military in, you bring technology, you bring people that look at this all the time, and we're very successful against the terrorists. So why not bring it to where the border is? And they're basically attacking us. They're flying drones into our country. They have cranes that lift FUVs to go recover things over and then just go back to their side, and they know they're safe.
Right, and they have the smuggling tunnels, the drug and human smuggling tunnels that have penetrated the border. They've never really been pushed back against all that hard. So I guess some kind of a military operation against them could really take them by surprise.
Absolutely, and then they just don't know when things start going wrong on their side. Was it us? Was it not us? And then you have to push back on the Mexican government, because if they're supporting us not doing it, then they're with the cartels. As you know, President Bush said back in the day, if you're with us or you're against us.
Rob D'Amico. Rob, it's good to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you.